think us black folks are proportionally, get higher colon cancer rates. It runs in my family. So yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. Get the colon
And
cancer
I didn't
checked out.
think women got that because they always tell the guys to go get it. But this year alone, it's been a rise, and they've been talking more about women of color. And I was
Right.
like, I didn't think they got that because it always tell the guy to go and get, the
Right.
colon. But yeah, so just do your screenings, especially if you 35 and up. Everybody go get
Mhm.
your regular screenings. I know the lady's gonna
Please.
do that mammogram stuff,
Right.
the breast and
Right.
all that.
And please take heed, gentlemen and ladies, and go do that because I'm passionate about addressing mental health, but we can't address our mental health. We did. So let's do our part.
Amen.
On that. All
Ladies,
right,
let them
ladies.
doctors trick their prostate.
Let's see what look at you. She like that, boy. She
Let them
like when
check
guys
their
go through that.
ladies,
The
let them
most
check their
torture
prostate.
a real man can go through, and she out here pushing it. All right, let me hurry up and switch this topic. All right, let's see, ladies. How y'all feel about the guys that when y'all were out dating, AJ, since you're single, how do you feel about that guy who see you at the corner store and he flashes his money saying what he can do and let me get that and some of you may know guys that do that. I know one or two that do that.
Yeah, I know. I've encountered a couple. I
I
don't
know that's
know.
right.
It's like I'm gonna pull your card. Go on, get that. You want go ahead. You
Would you
want
take them
Okay.
serious as a to be in a
Don't flash it,
relationship?
baby. Spend it.
Would you date them?
it. What
AJ said, baby, don't just
you
flash it, baby. Put it in my pocket. Put it in my hand.
right? Because there's a difference between flashing your money and actually parting with it. A lot of men
Okay.
will flash their money at you, but they don't part with it. They don't share it. See, that's the game. They flash that
And
uh,
see,
to try to bait you in.
all right, let me ask you this. You hip to the game now, okay? But back in the day, real nigga
That's
shit,
what I'm
we talk that
saying. More
real
than
on
likely,
here.
I would have said, "Don't flash it, spend it. You got it."
But I'm
I
saying,
would have
was
let them buy it.
that was a turn on though, right?
I would have let them buy it. Yeah, I would have let them buy it. He can buy it.
But they had to
He
spend. Okay, would you? Would it be attractive enough where you would consider sleeping with them before getting the bag?
hmm?
Naive enough to sleep with them because you see money. Oh, girl,
That's
he
your
got
answer.
money.
No. See, but see, I was when I was young, I had a lot of guys who wanted to, like you say, leave with their money, but my
Mm.
conscience wouldn't let me. I would try, but it's like my conscience, because of course you got to also pretend when you like them, and I could never do that part. I could, but not long enough for it to be like, girl, you got a lot out of him. I could never. I could
So you
never.
had
I
a
guess.
heart. You was a little Christian.
Yeah, I guess I could never put on long enough to get what I should have got. Lord Jesus, now that I'm thinking about.
Yeah. I thought it'd be you see a duck pluck it.
But as what does it say about you though?
Yeah. And also,
Mm,
I look at it like this: if a man is flashing his money to me, is
mm.
to George, that shows me that he what he values in you. He's looking at you as a commodity, as some transactional, something he can buy. And then if he's leading with that, what about his character? So I mean, with relationships becoming more transactional nowadays, it's basically you pay, I play, you pay, I lay. I mean, it's
But see, you
trepidations for a
have
man out there.
men that are, before they ask you anything, they ask you in the bed.
That's true. That's
They'll
true.
ask you to have sex with them.
That's true.
You know. So it's like now it's more transactional, like you say.
Mhm.
Hey, you want to play, you got to pay.
Yeah. I mean, I for one, and I think y'all know me pretty well, know what I'm finna say. I would never leave with money, even if I got it, just because. What you know when you meet somebody, whatever brought you to the if money all you brought to the party, you ain't gonna be on the dance floor long. And so you pretty much know right then that one, if he leaving with his money, he doesn't have nothing else to offer you. So he's probably insecure. And he's probably only looking for one thing. Now, if you're a woman and you bite, that's on you. Do you get your hustle, do whatever you gotta do, but
And
understand,
most of those
And you
guys
mean not leading?
that use that money, they controlling.
yeah, yeah.
And
And
Jordan,
that's
in your
nothing.
case,
I'm
when you
saying,
say not lead with money, you mean in the slightest? Because it could be subtle hints. Like DJ D Black made it seem like at the stove flashing money. That's just, to me, that's clown behavior. It's
right.
some that do it in a very subtle way.
Subtle
When
way.
I come
Yeah, and
pick you up,
yeah.
you're gonna see this car. When I take you out, it's gonna be Ruth Chris. It's gonna be, you're gonna see it and peep it.
Oh no,
My
they
my
just
my
But you know,
I'm talking
cufflinks,
about
my
the guy
cufflinks are
on
Louis
Facebook,
V. My
the ones
shirt
that's on
is,
social
you
media
know,
showing their money, flashing. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't never took that serious.
yeah, that's a
Okay.
Cause you
joke
can
to
buy
me.
that money.
Yeah, you can
That's
buy that money.
movie money. That's money for
Yeah, that's
movies.
not real. Yeah,
I
that's not.
remember being in high school. It was this girl, and she probably was the first girl I knew as a junior that had a job. She
Mhm.
worked. We knew her for working hard, and that was just like her thing. And she had a lot of money in her purse. And boys in the class that she was cool with, she was cool with them. They asked to hold it, to take pictures with it. So I don't be trusting nothing on social media surprises me or
Right.
thrills me. I'm not thrilled or surprised by nothing with social media. But I mean, men will do it in a subtle way. My cufflinks is
Mhm.
Louis V. My shoes is red bottoms. And the car I picked you up in to go on a date. This place we went to the date. They'll have, they do it in that particular way. The men that
Right.
got the
And I
money.
mean, who don't like a well dressed person?
But
Let's
Okay,
say
here's
to
the
that.
wine and
yeah.
dining.
But this
You
this
know,
actually
when
can
we
go
go
deeper into
somewhere. But
No,
this can
that
go
was a
deeper.
question for George though. He didn't answer.
Well, above the question again. I'm sorry, we got a little conflated. Go
You
ahead.
were
I'm
saying you
sorry.
don't lead with money. I was saying even in a
Yeah.
subtle way. You don't do it in no shape, form, or fashion.
I've learned not to do it at all and just be authentic and who I am. And if I ain't got 20 in my pocket, I just ain't got it. I'm not finna put on those platitudes because the woman I'm looking for, the partner for me, is one that's gonna be a builder. And right now I'm in a heavy process of building. So like I told D last week, once I get my money coming in, like I want to maybe 6 months to a year, I'm not thinking about no relationship because I'm like, you didn't help me build it. Now the thing too, that shows a deeper thing in insight into how men value themselves. If you got to leave with money, that means that you as a man, you feel like that's your only commodity. And we've
Mm-hmm.
Right.
been we've been commodified as men to where to think if we don't provide and we don't throw money, we have no value to women. And to some women, definitely not all, that's the impression that they give off, and that's what we're left with as a society, as and as a diaspora, as black people, and as all
And that's
people.
why
It's not just
I
universal
never
to us.
I never led with money and never will. Uh that's just
I don't know why
mm,
I don't put that past you.
nah, I ain't gonna give them nothing. I don't believe in that. Cause like I say, women
I
always
smell
came to
big
me.
trick energy in that top corner.
Yeah,
Oh,
which one in George Corner?
ain't none of mine. Never been
Yeah.
me.
Everybody who know me that watch this thing can tell you they ain't never got a dime out of me. I ain't never paid for it. They ain't gonna and never gonna pay for it. If
And there's
anything,
nothing wrong.
they paid for me.
It's not. It's
You
nothing
married,
wrong.
ain't nothing wrong with paying for it now.
Right. I mean, you can pay for
Paying
a
for
date or
what?
something like that, but I mean, and here's the
Paying for
thing.
what?
I don't mean even just paying for it. I just mean spoiling and affection. I just mean
Yeah.
I
spoiling your
mean,
lady.
that's for when you have a wife.
That's what I
Right.
said.
That's
I
true.
said you're
Yeah,
married. There's nothing wrong with paying for it
yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah.
I'm
When you
using
have a
paying
wife,
for
but
it.
these guys
I'm
out
saying
here,
paying for it as a joke, but don't be tight in the pockets and you my husband.
oh no,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah, don't
that's
be
what it's
tight in the
for.
pockets and you my husband.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
it's
That's
for. You
different
don't do
though.
that. I don't believe in doing that with somebody you just dating
Dating.
or
No,
going
you
out
don't
on a
do
date,
that.
taking her to an expensive ass restaurant and all that stuff. I don't believe in that.
No.
No,
No.
Why
because
not?
No. You don't do
Why
that.
not?
not no
No.
expensive restaurant and y'all just meet.
No. Now, if
We can
every now and
do,
again that we date, but I'm talking about within the first 6 months, I ain't spending that kind of money.
yeah.
I'm trying to get
First
you to
We can
know
go
six
to
me.
we can
months, you
get
could
what
take
is
me
it
to
two
a
for
nice
45,
restaurant.
2
I
for
mean,
The
30.
I,
first
I
wait,
what
wait a
well
minute.
a
the
night.
first 6 months and we done laid up. You can't take
Here's
me to
what
a
no,
nice
we ain't we might
restaurant.
but we
Chili's
might
is nice. If
we
Chili's
might
not
not
nice,
Yeah, Chili's is fine. We might not have laid up. I ain't finna just lay up. I'm finna where I am now with my past
Six
relationship.
months.
Man,
Six
it's gonna
months. You
Yeah,
take
can't
time.
take me
I'm
to a
not.
nice restaurant. We've been dating almost a year. You
This
can't
what
yeah.
I'm
take me
saying.
to a nice
Applebee's.
restaurant in 6 months.
I take you to Chili's, I take you to Applebee's, I might take you someplace like Trillix in Dallas. It's like really, really nice. But as far as making it a regular thing, no, because here's my
As far as
thing.
Ruth Chris,
I wasn't
nope.
saying regular. Y'all was saying at all. Y'all saying
No, yeah,
y'all made it seem
No,
like it
we
was set
say
in stone. That's a no go.
no. Chili's is nice.
right. That's fine.
Yeah, two for 30, 2 for 40.
For
You know what I'm saying?
25,
45.
yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
real.
But we ain't
I
finna go
mean,
no
we ain't finna go through
Chris.
all
We
that.
ain't finna
I'm
pay a
sorry.
Y'all
hundred
been
dollars
dating.
each,
Y'all been dating
$100
a
a
woman
plate.
for 6 months, and y'all want to take her to Ruth Chris once.
And
If it was
now
a birth,
we can do the 2 for 25. We on a budget, baby, but
yeah, we on. Yeah, I'm saying I'll do it if
We
it's
gonna
a
always
birthday or
be on a
something. I
budget
show
until
all
we
out.
take
But
that
if I
next
mean
step.
just on a, I mean I put it this way. I'm not finna just up for no reason and say, hey, let's just go to Ruth Chris. I might do it once or
let's
twice
just
in the
spend
first 6 months.
$100
Because
because it's her
one thing I've seen
birthday.
about women, and they not as. Oh, my bad, AJ. Go ahead.
I mean, I'm just saying, what's wrong with like maybe let's save something, reserve that for our birthday. The
Yeah,
bill can
yeah.
be over $100 on our birthday.
Right, yeah, of course on your birthday, but I'm just saying, I mean, my thing is this, and y'all know some of my story. If Chili's ain't good enough for you to spend time with me and get to know me, I don't want to waste my time with you no way. Because if my love don't come with a price tag, I don't
Mhm.
budget my affection. So here's my thing. As far as getting that out of me, now you first 6 months, 3 to 6 months,
So
you get to know me.
6 months for
Mhm.
6 months is chillest level only.
Because it's 24 hours in a day. Damn. 6 months is a long
I mean,
time.
I'll be honest, y'all. I'll be for real. I'm gonna say this for real, for real. Niggas ain't got it like that.
That's half a
And that's
year.
okay. If that's what I'm saying, AJ. Damn, that's half a
You want
nigga's
me to spend a
relationship.
Cause
half a year?
I sent D
But if you
thing
don't
early.
got it, then that's the thing you be
But
honest about. That's what
but
should
here's what
truly
women
be
need
the
to
That's the thing.
that's gonna truly be the authenticity in the
but here's what women need
relationship.
to
I
understand.
know my
All
man
these
that got Ruth Chris money, but he
right,
loves me. He treats me well, and we do this,
right.
we do the things. And I know if my tire blow out on the side of the road, this man gonna stop from work and come pick
Man,
me up and fill it and fill the air up and change it, stuff like that. So
Hmm.
it's stuff that
and we
feels in
gonna
that
go to
place.
Chili's
Yeah,
afterward.
okay.
Right. Something like that, yeah.
But to say in 6 months I'm dating a woman, I'm not taking you nowhere nice. It'd be like, damn, like what do it be
You
giving?
act like
But here's
Chili's
the
is
thing
not
though.
nice.
Here's
Chili's and Applebee's are nice. Even
yeah,
No. I have not talked
Olive
down on them
Garden
rest.
is nice.
I have
You
not
just not
I
spending
have
a
not
hundred
talked
dollars
down on one of them.
for a dry ass steak.
I have not talked down on them restaurants one time. All I'm
Yeah,
saying is, no, I'm not talking down on those restaurants. I just haven't commented on them. Y'all are saying in 6 months, like, we just been talking for 6 months. I'm not doing none of that for you. And it'd be like, I know within that 6 months, that woman has showed you mad affection. Because I know
because
you ain't finna stick around for 6 months with a woman that you feel ain't worth a damn. She's been showing you mad affection,
I
sending
guess it
sweet
depends.
text
Like
messages.
you say, it depends on your connection with her.
right.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
that. If she ain't really putting out and she answer every now and then and every blue moon and y'all hook up, you gonna that's the relationship we gonna have.
Right. That's it.
Um,
I mean, it might be just
But the
in and out
man
and
really
sitting in the
sets
car.
the tone on that.
they
What
just
type of
be windy as
relationship
hell.
we gonna have.
Women.
Right.
The man sets the tone on that.
But here's I'm gonna tell y'all women something. I'm not y'all. I
Mm,
don't mean it like that. I'm gonna tell women
not
something.
really.
I'm gonna tell some. I'm gonna tell a lot of women something. A lot of these dudes out here, even if they flexing like that, they starving to appease you. They missing out on doing things with their kids so they can take your funk ass out. So be
I'm finna
appreciative.
Don't do
scream.
that.
I'm just playing. I'm
Taking
just
that
playing.
mustache out.
I'm just
George,
playing.
what?
But
That
men,
damn George.
but I do. But we all know men that are putting themselves in financial debt to chase a woman.
Those
No,
them
no, no.
lame. But yeah,
They're
there's a lot of
chasing.
them doing
They're
that.
not just chasing a woman. They're chasing women in general.
Women. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Now.
they're
Exactly.
chasing
Yeah.
women in general. A man that settled down with one woman is not going through that weird ass shit. You're
Right.
flexing for hoes. You're flexing for a catalog. You're
Right.
flexing
Right.
for a roster.
Right. That's true. You absolutely right.
And a lot of them that I know that flex were lame and they finally either in the dope game or got a decent job offshore doing whatever they do. And now they want to flash money and show it.
Because
They
that's
get the
all they
teeth put
got,
in their
B.
mouth.
That's
And
all they
these are
got.
30, 35 plus men putting teeth in their mouth and on social media flashing their dollars and showing their little
All,
gold,
all,
diamond,
they,
silver teeth and
all they doing is responding to the market because evidently, if men are doing this in great numbers, it's because they're getting a response. Because evidently, doing things that way is what entices women or attracts women.
well,
Certain
this is
women,
what I think.
some women.
I don't think women are enticed by it. They're trying to do what they see the Kevin Gates and Plies and all them do
Yeah.
by showing the
But I'm gonna
teeth and
tell you,
all that. But I
I'm
don't
gonna
think that
give you a
turn on a lot of
football
women.
analogy. I'm gonna give you a football analogy. This weekend we watching the game. The Chiefs won. They interviewed Mahomes. Then they interviewed the other young boy. He grilled up top and bottom.
Mhm.
And it's like that's the difference between what you do with your money and what you don't do with your money. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
What you
right,
should and shouldn't do with your money. No, whereas and you got it in your mouth, that nigga got it in his pocket, in his
right,
bank, in his portfolio, making
right,
more money for him.
right.
You see what I'm saying?
But like I say, social media got those guys in that age range, 25 and under, and now 35 and under. They feel like they have to have those teeth in their mouth and flashing money and grilled out, everything
Because you know why?
finished.
Because that generation was not taught about character integrity. So this all they got to lead with his money. A man should lead with his character, with his integrity, with his honor, when he meet anybody. Let the money be secondary. But you got these young kids that we coddle. Many of us did, and they don't have this sense. They don't have a backbone or a spine about themselves in a lot of ways. So they just lead with what they got.
And for the old head, what life say, 30 ain't the new 20. It's the same old 30.
Right.
Same old
This
30.
is how she feel about that.
I remember I was dealing with this guy and he showed me $34,000 in his bank account. Now, I always knew he had money. I dealt with him for a very long time. He has multiple cars, multiple properties, yada, 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 right? But it got to a point where I guess he felt like I was treating him regular, that he went to the extent where he thought it would be appropriate to pull out his phone and show me $34,000 in his bank account, right? Now, what was concerning for me is that a lot of men lead with their pockets, they lead with their money, they lead with their occupation, but they're the first ones to cry when a woman takes advantage of them. All women are not like that. Your money, your occupation, I don't care if you're a billionaire. I don't care if you're the president of the United States. None of that is going to be the reason why I jump into bed with you. That's not going to be the reason why I'm dealing with you and why I really, really like you. I'm not that type of woman. And you still have women out there that are not like that. They're not like that. They're not going to allow your money, your occupation to be their driving force as to why they're dealing with you. You still have genuine women out there. And he like couldn't leave me alone to the point I had to block this man because I treated him very much so regular after that. And I always knew he had money. He would always, I got properties, I got this car, pulling up in nice cars, and he thinking this gonna be the reason why I'm dealing with him. Yes, you can flex, it's cool, that's a plus, but what does your relationship with God look like? Right? What does your integrity look like? What do you do behind closed doors? If you got kids, do you take care of your children? Right? How do you treat others? Are you kind to strangers? These are the things that's going to make me look at you and be like, wow, that's a good man. Not your money, not your occupation. I don't care. You could be a cold-blooded, and I'm not about to be dealing with you just because you got money.
Is she one of those Christians or what? Who do y'all even look for? A God-fearing man today? Is that even a word? A
Yeah.
phrase?
Yeah. There's a
It
lot of women
is.
that do.
Why you seem disgusted by the Lord?
I just don't too many people talk about, that's what they looking for in a relationship
And
these
that's
days.
what's wrong with the world today.
Yeah. They just like
Anything God
everybody to
first.
remove God up out of it, or the creator,
We done removed. We've been so far removed to the point where now what? We don't believe.
I can I do a shameless plug right quick? I wrote an
See,
article, an essay about the failure of the black church that addresses these issues and the black church and its relationship with men. So they may give some insight if people want to read it about that because I'm an ardent black conservative Christian, and I notice a lot of women they will say that they looking for a God fearing Christian man. A lot of women are looking for that for real.
but do you
But
is
you
it
gotta
do
be
you
careful the
when you
ones in the
single, do you
church.
see more looking for that, or they don't bring up religion?
Well, it's like this. It's like this to be honest in the dating world. Like when you meet them, that comes out their mouth at first, but it's usually the way it works out when they behavior kind of show the opposite. They
Mm.
come out saying,
Mm.
I want this, but then as you meet them, it's like you saying you want this, but your behavior ain't that. So there's a lot of
Or
times where it
like you
fall off.
meet a man and he say, "Oh, I sing for the men choir. I'm on the deacon board," and you
Right.
don't never see him at rehearsal or on the
Right.
deacon board.
Yeah, men and women doing the same thing. They do it, you
Mm.
know. So people say I think that's because we condition that's what we supposed to say when we looking for a mate. God fearing, but a lot of people just don't really live it.
Mm.
You know, I don't care for what I'm looking
Got
for a
to
woman.
walk it like it's talking.
But here my thing, like me, I'm looking for a Christian woman for real. But I don't. She ain't got to go to church. As long as she got church in her heart, and I can sit and pray with her. That's all I'm looking for. So you got to think too. You know, it's easy to say what you want on the front end, but when you start skipping on your standards
Yeah.
and compromising your integrity, that's when things go wrong.
Well, Austin and I was talking about that when it came to the kids and everything. The behavior of everybody. Is it because church is no longer in the forefront? You know, it's not a necessity. You know, when we were growing up, we had to be at Sunday school, regular
Can I be
church,
honest? Can I be
BTU,
honest? And that ain't
Wednesday
the
night
issue.
church.
That's not what folks falling off from the black church. That's not what folks falling off from church. Cause I'm telling, oh, I'm finna say this. Can I do this? Can I go and say it like I really
go,
feel it?
go
All
ahead.
right. A lot of black churches utter bullshit. Ever since the 60s, when you fell in line with the Democratic Party, all these Christian values that black folks say they believe, they let the pulpit tell some other bullshit. Okay, most black folks I know pretty conservative. They pretty much pro-life. Not necessarily pro-abortion, but they pretty much pro-life. But you let the preacher tell you some bullshit. So now, what the church has become is political doctrine and less about the spirit. So that's why you got folks not going to church. And where they mess up is they don't understand your relationship with God ain't got nothing to do with no damn church and no pastor. That's where we mess
Well,
up
when I
at.
saw the pastors trying to sleep with the women in the church, that was a turn off to me.
Right. That's what I'm
Well,
saying. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know what church I went to. So my church is in Pleasant Grove, Dallas, Texas, middle of the hood. Very small church, very homely church. And just like D Black, we went damn near 4 times a week. My grandmother went to Bible study. I was a praise dancer, so we had praise dance rehearsal. I was in the choir. We had choir rehearsal. Wednesday was youth development, where we would talk about everything under the sun: sex, drugs, um, the influence of this, that, different things like that. It was never a the type of church where you're being prosecuted for your sins or any weird energy like that. It was very much so like a family and a home type of environment.
Sound like you go to a church that really pouring into you and not worried about what you tied.
Very much so poured into me. Church was a huge. I don't go to church as much as I should today, but and that's just me being honest. But that is still my church home. I don't claim any other church besides Goodwill Baptist Church on Jim Miller Road in the Grove. But I feel as if when you are not tying yourself to something as far as God, church, things of that nature, it's easy for you to see the world and go astray when you have some type of anchor, because that's what church can be for you, an anchor.
Right.
When you have some type of anchor, and because with the Bible, with the word, with everything, you take what you need and you leave out the rest. That's with anything in the world. You take what you need, you leave out the rest. If you're in a church and you realize the pastor is a whoremonger, you in the church, you realize, okay, they in it for the money. Move around, seek, and ye shall find. Don't just be
What I
placed in a
also
church where
learned
you can
about
where you're
that is don't put that pastor on no pedestal because that's still a man
absolutely,
at
that's a
the end of the
human
day.
being. Yes,
hmm And he can
absolutely.
still teach you the Bible and be a homemonger.
At the
He
end of the
still
day,
Yes,
do it.
because
as a
there's some
man
hoes that
first.
People,
know the word.
As a man first
baby.
is what they say.
Noah was a drunk. Who was a hoe?
Hello,
David was the biggest hoe in the Bible. And he was a man after God's own heart.
and
Well,
God
I
sent
So,
yeah,
Noah to to
my
get the people together.
right. Yeah, and my thing, my feelings on the church are a little bit deeper than just the pastor being a whoremonger. So I ain't gonna get into it tonight on there, but y'all read my essay and it'll kind of say where I'm coming from because it's a little bit deeper than that with us men, as far as why we don't kind of gravitate toward the church. We believe in God, we are God fearing men, but we just don't do the church thing. And read the article, read the essay, and it'll really tell you why. It's real reason. It relates to relationships with women, but
Man, the church, I mean, her church is cool, I'm sure.
right,
But
right,
a lot of
My
people
church is the
see
my
church
church is the
differently.
right.
goat.
Well, I mean, the church is an
yeah.
institution, and
I'm just talking, y'all.
I believe it's an institution. It's for fellowship, but it also can be a show. It has got so commercialized that church is a show. It like Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Okay. Because no shade to the school. I told y'all once before that I went to a private school, the first black owned private school in Dallas, Texas. The first black owned school period in Dallas, Texas. Their church is Full Gospel Holy Temple. I'm not shading Full Gospel Holy Temple whatsoever, but coming from my small church and going to this big humongous church, it do seem like a lot of that stuff that they have going on is theatrical.
it is.
The shouting, the hollering,
You
screaming,
familiar
the
with that
jumping up and
church,
down.
George?
It was scared the hell out of you as a child. You'd be like, what is all this going on? It's just all this hooting, this hollering.
Right.
And
And
they
I was saying,
condemn everything. Women wearing pants, women wearing lipstick, women wearing earrings, women wearing everything is against the women's brought up and the men is on top. It just be like, oh, okay, I see what's going on. I see. Let me go back home. Cause yeah, it just be yeah. So I can dig it. I can understand where George is coming from, or
right.
anybody is coming from when it comes to
And
church.
I'm glad you brought that up, Anthony, because you know what a lot of men are seeking from the church that we not getting is a return to where the man is the head of the household. We want traditional values. We don't want we want a church go to a church where, hey man, that skirt too short. Now, we want that. We don't want all we don't that's why we
And
rebelling
then they
against
say
the
it's
church.
come as you are. So you're gonna run into that.
Well, I mean, I understand to come as you are, but come
Not
on,
at
man.
that church.
We
They didn't play. You couldn't wear no
yeah,
earrings. As a woman, you couldn't cut your hair. You
yeah.
couldn't wear no pants.
I'm not saying go that far. I'm not saying go that far, be that draconian about it, but men
They
do
in
want
that
a
they
thing.
in that Old Testament.
Well, we need to find a nice middle ground because I'm telling you, from what I hear a lot of men say, is that we in our churches now, it's not taught for the man to hold providence over the household. And that's a problem with a lot of men. It's like they don't what the church teaching don't line with my beliefs. So that's why a lot of black men like, I ain't gonna
What
be
are they
bothered.
teaching in the house? What are they teaching in the church that's regard to household?
A lot of people I say it's like, and this is kind of a funny subject or fun way to do. They feel that single motherhood is promoted at the expense of father. A lot of men don't feel included as black men. Now, a lot of it has to do with our own issues, but what I'm hearing is we don't feel like the black church really exemplifies who we are as men nowadays and who we trying to be.
And that's crazy because it seems like the church is one of the most misogynistic places, not in a negative way, but as
It's
far
real
as
male
But see,
dominated.
you
yeah, it
talk about
is.
it's not
Yeah,
about
it's
misogyny though. But see,
no, no, no.
you
I used that word inappropriately, but that was I was just trying to get to
yeah,
drive my point. I mean,
right,
like the
gotcha. Okay,
pastor, you have your pastor, you have your deacons, deaconess as well, but you have your pastor, you have your deacons, you have your assistant
You got
pastor,
some
you have your
pastors
this.
don't believe women
but
should
that's not
preach.
what we talking about.
Yeah.
That's not what we talking about. What we talking about are those core things in the church, not who on the board and all that.
No, 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 no.
But
That's what I'm getting at. On
right,
It's
in
male
that moment,
dominated.
it's male dominated, and they're supporting. From what I remember, you know what I'm saying? No shade is. the men are they're supporting men and men dominance and men running things and men this and men that, and the woman
Yeah, men
the
being the
man is
head.
the head, the woman the tail. It was always that when it came to church. It seemed like
See the tail, see the neck, see the
yeah.
tail.
I'm the
she the
head and
tail,
not the
honey, she the
tail,
But
back.
here's,
baby.
but it's
That's
not
And
right.
I'm probably saying that wrong.
right.
I like that though. I like that shit.
I
Nah,
bet you do.
nah.
Yeah, I like that. I ain't think of it like that.
Hell to the no, no.
I mean,
Okay.
I guess when I go come down to it, a lot of black men feel like they don't promote the patriarchal society in a way that they feel like is biblical or healthy for our
Mm.
people. So they
You
come
think
down to
they support a more matriarchal society?
that's how I mean that's how people feel. And then it might be the case, but you got to understand a lot. There are a lot of good churches, a lot of good pastors out there, but you got a lot of them that are pushing different agendas that go to the antithesis of what a lot of black men want. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna say like a lot of it's that democratic liberal shit.
But I feel like
Yeah, gotta go Democrat,
time has truly
Republican
brought about a
again.
change, and
Now, I'm
that's why
not saying
I'm
that.
very grateful
Huh?
for the deep rootedness I have
Right,
from my church experience, because
right.
time has brought about a hell of a change.
Yeah.
COVID and virtual and this and then all
Right.
the because
You
in my
gonna go to the
opinion,
slaughterhouse, and we all
now
over the
I ain't
AJ,
doing none of
AJ,
that.
can,
And
can
then
I ask
and
AJ
no
something
shade,
right quick?
pastors don't even preach no more. They
They
telling
don't. But let me
stories
ask.
and
Right. Let me ask AJ a question. I don't mean to interrupt y'all. I'm sorry, but
no,
AJ,
go ahead.
you just said that. Okay, when I said that about the liberal shit, which is true, I can prove it. You said something about going outright Republican, right? Right. That's what you said, right?
I
Hey,
said,
she
there
done
you
woke you
go,
got you
making it
waking
a
up.
Hold
I
on.
like
I
that.
got
I
Democratic.
like
to
you
let,
go
let,
woke.
let
I
me
said,
just
wait a
let
minute,
me.
let me tell my story. Let me tell.
Okay.
Let me tell.
Okay.
I said, there
Wake
you
up,
go,
George.
getting all the Democrat versus Republican
Well,
again.
but here's the thing. That's the truth because at the church where I was trying to go to in Memphis a long time ago, which didn't take. We saw Steve Cohen punk ass all the time. You think the pastor ever had somebody from another district come? No. Why? Why is it that our black church they throw them Democrat in front of us every year, but never give us another point of view? Because they in the pocket,
Mm.
in the bed with them, and the policy they teaching is bullshit. It's all the rules. It's all the hustle. That's
How
what a lot
big
of
is
black
this
men don't want to
church?
go to church. Huh?
How big is this church?
Gethsemane Garden in Memphis. It's a big church. This
See,
Church of
that's
God in
y'all problem
Christ.
right there. Y'all need to get y'all a little ghetto small church. That's where y'all
No, no,
messing
no.
up
This
right there.
church is yeah.
Y'all need a small ghetto church. All this big huge mansions with those fish aquariums and the elevators and all this. Y'all need a
And on
small
TV,
escalators.
and on
Well,
TV
I'm
with the
talking.
With
I'm talking
podcast.
about. I ain't
yeah.
gonna lie. I'm finna do.
Ain't
I'm
no
talking about Church of
Democrat,
God
no
in Christ.
president, no mayor, no nothing that been to my church, baby. We in the
The
hood.
mayor done probably been
Right.
there,
Right.
but leading with money. Let's jump back on there because we gonna go down that rabbit hole. Let's see.
And
Men.
George
A
ready to look at
large
me.
amount of simps that are going to pay for everything because they've never dealt with a woman and they don't know how. And if you don't know how to deal with a woman, the first thing and the only thing you're probably going to lead with is money. Yeah, you're just going to hide behind a wall of money. You're going to make it seem like, oh, I have this, I have that, I do this, I do that, I know this person, I know that. Like, just hiding behind these walls and these layers. And that's what a lot of these guys do.
And he made my point, like I was saying earlier. That's endemic of how men value themselves. We value ourselves. If we don't have money, we not worthy of a woman, and that's something we need to deal with.
Well, can I make a point real quick? What I also feel like this is not something, nothing is new under the sun.
Right.
If we're going back to the 50s where women weren't even able to have a job, men have always led with money, ruled with money. Everything in the household or everything with in dating and everything else was men with money in their pockets. This whole men, no shade, because life is getting hard. I ain't talking about nobody being broke because of inflation, working and bills paying and everything. Everything has changed. But this
Mm-hmm.
whole coming up to a woman and just being broke and feeling like that should be accepted has to be studied, because that's not a thing. That's never been a thing.
But
We're
here's the
going all
thing,
the way
too.
back to the 50s. We're going
It,
all the way back to
But
everything
here,
else. Men have always been the leader financially. Y'all want to be the leader of everything else. Y'all have
right.
always been the leader financially. Y'all always been the heavier pocket. Y'all have always had the leadership roles. So why, when we expect y'all to have the money in y'all pocket and and stuff like that, it's becoming
It's a
like,
problem.
oh, you want,
Here's
yeah.
I'm finna tell you why that's a wrap. I'm finna tell you why that's a wrap right now. D, you remember what I sent you earlier today about them
Mhm.
statistics and figures? About
Yeah.
here's the thing. In the 50s, there was a greater disparity between, like you said, women could not work. So there was a great income disparity. I looked up some figures today in preparation for the show, and what I found is that black income between men and women is damn near equal. So here's my thing. I'm not saying that a man shouldn't be chivalrous, but understand something. You might just get in and out right now from him. Don't be expecting no Ruth Chris. That's not gonna happen because, as this figure indicates, we got bills just like you. We ain't got time for that. I'm sorry, that's over with. That's I mean, for a lot of men, especially now that we seeing our values different. Men in the 50s were okay being commodified. Men nowadays start to have our own awakening, just like women have their own awakening. Now we having our own awakening. And I'm thinking, if I make 20 an hour and she make 25 an hour, yeah, I'm gonna take her out. But if she expecting me to do all this, no, because she gotta pay her bills just like I gotta pay mine. And that's just reality.
I don't really see it like that, but I feel where you're going, you know. And we're gonna my next next thing I want to discuss. I had two topics, actually three. Uh, I think I'm gonna go ahead and since I like the way Anthony was saying her things a few minutes ago, I think men should now, especially now, because things are different and the economy is what it is. I'm thinking it's getting to the point where men gonna have to start dating who they could afford. Now, when y'all keep
Hello.
saying in the 50s and 60s,
It's true.
um, and in the
It's true.
70s, them men, of course, they made the money, but it wasn't a if he ain't got no money, I'm not gonna be with him type of deal like it is today.
Mhm.
They dated who they liked. He walked up in there, like y'all say, he looked good, he smelled good, and then they was like, okay, he's cute. Who is he? They wasn't sitting around looking like, "Girl, I wonder how much money he got," like the women are doing today. Today it's like it's settled prostitution.
Yeah, yeah,
Yikes.
yeah, exactly. That's what I hear. That's what I say, and that's what I hear men say. They feel like it's prostitution out here dating.
Yeah,
Well, I feel like
and
that's been a thing also, cause like, what is my movie? How to Marry a Millionaire, Marilyn Monroe, that came out in 1953. Ain't nothing new
Mhm.
under the sun.
But here's what I'm saying. The difference is
it's
though.
more exploited
That
now.
it's
Chasing a
not, it's
bag
not.
has always been a thing when it
That's
came to
It's
always
been
women
a
and
been.
men.
thing, but
But
it's more exploited now. It's more
right,
of a
here's the thing. It's more
it's like even
insidious.
the good girls are trying to do it now.
Right.
But it's more out there now
Because good
than what
girls
it
are
was.
coming in last. I don't blame them. Good girls are coming in last.
That's not true
Good
because I
girls,
love find me a good girl. She come in first, but where they at?
good girls are coming in last when it comes to the men's. The
That's
They
not
good
true.
really
girls are
are.
coming in
Natural
last.
women and the
And when
good
you start to
girls.
realize that, it'll change your perspective and the way you move. I'm sure it does.
Yeah. But the thing is it's not just the fact this sentiment has always existed since the beginning of time. It's ingrained, it's primal with us, okay? But the thing is, as opposed to the 50s, yes, the sentiment was expressed back then, but the thing is, men have changed. I've noticed this just in my mental health and advocacy work because I work with black men in mental health.
Mhm.
And I just noticed in them calls I get at 3 in the morning, that people going through something, I'm hearing the same stuff. And ever since the end of the pandemic, black men especially are saying, I'm not finna sit up here and do like my daddy and work and take care of a woman like that with these women being like they are now. I'm not finna do that
Right.
anymore. I'd
Right.
rather work on my purpose and my ambition and my drive as a man instead of trying to find value in a woman. So we not going to invest that much emotionally or financially. That's why men are pulling back. Don't
Which
mean we don't love y'all.
I don't think that that's it's cool. I don't think that's 100% healthy either. But
It's
I get
survival though.
get yourself
But
together first before, you know what I'm saying?
right.
But for a man to be saying, I ain't gonna put no time or emotional in a woman, that ain't, you know what I'm saying?
What I'm saying
I
is
don't know.
to put time and emotion and money into a woman, you have to engage with a woman on that level. What a lot of men are saying, we not even engaging on the level where we even having them kind of talks. We keeping it real superficial. So we not going to have a kind of relationship where you even in a position to ask me about paying your light bill. They setting up clear boundaries.
Yeah, like I say, next week gonna be an interesting one because
Back to the prostitution topic.
right.
And back, so I'm gonna tie two things together that y'all said tonight, men. The whole 6 months, we're not taking a root Chris, we're not doing none of the things. She going to Chili, she going to Applebee's. We've been dating for 6 months. Um, and I'm pretty sure you have been hitting it. My thing is
Not
when it
necessarily.
comes to my I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying in my
In
specific
general. Okay,
scenario that
I'm
I'm
sorry.
making.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
My thing is when it comes to it, y'all say, "Oh, it's prostitution, it's this and this and that." Y'all would be with a woman. We'll say 6 months, 7, 8, 9 at this point, and you've been hitting it on a regular. This woman can't be comfortable enough to ask you for some assistance financially.
It depends on the situation. That's not a rule.
This we talking about. I'm not saying it's a rule,
Uh,
but y'all are label it as prostitution. But you're supposed to be my man.
it just depends on how we invested we are in that relationship. Because here's the
9 months,
thing.
we pretty doggone invested, George. 9 months, we pretty
We'll see.
doggone
I mean,
invested.
it depends. Okay. I'm gonna explain this. Let's say I'm in this situation. Let's say I'm sort of dating somebody 6 months, and then let's say within the first 6 months they need some help with their light bill. If this person if this person work hard and I got it, yeah, I'm gonna step up and do that. But it's not gonna be on the regular. And then my thing about 6 months, the way I am, that's my gauge. I ain't gonna really just invest in you like that until you give me about 6 months, see who the fuck you really are. I'm just not finna do that for nobody.
I don't think a man. I think men now. Okay, it's different, Anthony. I feel what you're saying, and the 6 month thing, yeah. And like I said, my thing is it depends on how connected we are and where we're actually going. Because there are relationships that I've been in where we just see each other when we see each other. You know what I'm saying? No, hey, let's go out here, let's do this, let's do that. Uh, and that go on for 7, 8, 9, maybe a year, off and on, this and that and that. So no, it's no connection. But I just feel like nowadays, with the way everything is, with women saying you gotta be 6 feet, six figures, 6 pack, 6 inches, you have to be all this just to even date them. I think men need to stand up and be like, we're not gonna do nothing that extravagant until about 6 months. 3 to 6 months. Don't walk off in no relationship going
And
to the
don't ask
finest
for sex.
restaurants.
Don't ask for sex for those 6 months either.
Yeah,
I'm
because
cool
what's
with
ex-
that. I ain't
what's
like
I'm
those
cool with
niggas. I
that.
extravagant
don't
to
care.
y'all? What's extravagant to
I'm
y'all?
cool with that because 8 times out of 10, well, 9.5 times out of 10, they was undressing me. I never asked a woman to undress me.
Right. Yep. That's
So
true.
uh the women are more aggressive when they see and with who they like. So I always been a likable, kind of person. So that never was an issue. And like I said, I've lost, and I think George was on here a while ago when I was telling the story. I lost a female because I didn't have sex with her. She was over to the house and she wanted to do this and that and that, and I was still trying to respect her, and I was like, Janet Jackson, let's wait a while type of shit. I'm chilling. And hell, she went off and gave to somebody else that next weekend. She said she thought I ain't want her. She thought I wasn't attracted to her. So it's a win-lose situation. And that was back in the gap. So today with women demanding so much, I think men need to hold out. Um,
Yeah, we do.
Oh
We
my
do.
yeah,
goodness.
We do. Hey, I'm holding out.
yeah,
I'm up here saying I'm not finna do no relationship right now because here's the
yeah.
thing:
Three to
the,
six
the,
months
what I've
dating.
encountered, the past 2.5 years dating, make me now was like I don't need all that.
And it
Sorry.
be those lames that wasn't getting on in school that getting the leftovers, getting the women that the low hanging fruit, the scalawags, whatever you want to call it in the neighborhood, they're screwing everybody. They getting them, and then they want to step the game up. So now they got a little money. They come home from a weekend from working on a rig or something, and now they just got their little check. They come home, they cash it. Now they ready to go to the club, and they flashing. And like
Right.
she say, peep this. That's what they do
Because the
now.
reality of it is, this bitch ain't about to pay. She ain't about to take you on no luxurious $300 motherfucking date with a fucking $300 meal and $100 tip. She ain't about to fucking do that. So why y'all be so quick to do that? Why y'all be so quick? Oh, let me take you out to eat. Oh, let me take you out. Let's go on a date. Let's go on a date. It's always spending motherfucking money. Then you mad when a bitch wants your money. You mad when a bitch wants your money. You done spent all this money on this date. Then this bitch still ain't gave you no pussy. Still ain't gave you no motherfucking pussy. Then the bitch wants some money for some pussy, and you telling her no. But why is it a no when you done spent $300, $400, $500 at the restaurant? Bitch, you done gave it to the waiter. Bitch, you could have gave it to her. If you wanted to just spend some money, stop leading with your motherfucking money, okay? And don't shoot the motherfucking messenger, bitch. Goodbye.
It was mixed feelings with her. I was like, I didn't know which way to go.
I didn't know if she was saying get the money instead of the $500 meal, or get the $300 meal and not get the money. I ain't understand.
She was saying,
Yeah,
well,
she
where I
was just
come from it, she
loud.
was saying like, instead of going to expensive restaurants, spending 300, every time y'all go to a restaurant, you spending $100 and some dollars every time you go. You might as well just give the money to the woman if that's the case.
Especially if you
Why
expecting
you
sex
do
from
and you
her.
still ain't got
Well,
none. You
she was
spent
saying
$300-$400 at a restaurant.
you also, when a bitch asked you, tell you for the pussy, give me some money, you looking her upside the head, but you also took her to an expensive restaurant and spent $500.
Right. You
Um,
just spend money at a restaurant trying to get it, and then when she asks you for it, there goes some more money you gotta spend. So she say stop leading with your wallets.
Yeah, just give her the money.
You know,
That's all she's saying. Stop. She's saying
just get,
skip with the restaurant, skip with the taking her out, and just pay her up front for what you want. Be through with it.
and a lot of men been doing that,
Yeah, a
ladies
lot.
too. They don't want no relationships yet,
Mm-mm.
ladies. They let social media and the way the attitudes of of our women of color act run them off from relationships. They rather just pay for it and go on. And a
It's
lot of
quicker. It's
women don't want to deal with men, so they
right.
taking that little pay, giving them 5 to 15 minutes of pleasure, and they going on about their business. That's
Pretty much.
the hookup culture.
Yep. That's what it. That's what's out here.
That's what it's coming to. And when I hear people getting married, it's far in between, but then it's a shock. I'm like, okay, congratulations, you made it.
You made it for now. A lot of times it's like you all right now, but in 10 years we'll see what's up. That's how a lot of people view marriage. But it was
So it's it, it's tough out there. It's different, guys. It's different.
yeah, guys, we change.
But it's the but like I say, and George, I think too, like this guy I'm finna show y'all. I think it's a mental thing too, with the guys who have to, like George say, they feel like they're not worth nothing if they don't have money. And
That's how
that
we
can
talk.
really be a mental health issue within
Right.
itself, especially if you broke and you've been trying to get a job, you seeing your friends and different people around you with women going out, having fun. They got nice cars, nice houses, and you trying but keep falling on your face and you can't get a woman.
I'm gonna tell you something. Now y'all know I've been
I mean,
dating
no
about three.
shade. You shouldn't be trying to crawl up and raw and get up and nothing and nobody if you ain't got no money. You ain't got no
But here's
job.
my
You ain't got
thing.
no
Here's my,
car.
here's what do. But here's what dudes like me saying. Here's what dudes like me saying. I've been out here dating past 2.5 years, right? The biggest problem I
Mm,
run into is women and how they view money and what they expect from me financially. It's the personality, it's a character thing, but that's a big part of it. So, like a lot of men are saying, we just don't want to be bought. I'd rather ask you how much your light bill is and to go bust you down and be through with you than did. Not saying I'm doing it, but that's a lot of attitude. What's your light bill? How much your cell phone bill?
hey,
I do this and
now
then go on.
OG taught me that. He was like an uncle to
Yeah,
me in rest his soul. I miss him. But he the one who put me on to that. He said he rather pay for it instead of be in a relationship with him. And I said,
right.
why he say that? He said, because we doing an exchange, a fair exchange, no robbery. He say, uh, I'm paying her for a service. And once
Right.
she give me that service, she go on about her business. I go on about mine. He said, if I'm in a relationship with her, I'm constantly stuck. I need this, I need this, I need that, I need that. He
You
said he'd
gotta take
rather
on
just
all
pay
her
for it
problems.
and go on about. And this was, I'm gonna say this. He gave me that speech about 15 years ago.
But you know something,
And
though? I talked to some OGs. It's always been that way. Women just don't know about it. Even married dudes, they don't want to always deal with their wife. Sometimes they just want to go get their rocks off and get through. And it's just women find out this been going on since the beginning of the time. So here's the thing, and men
George,
just not.
hey,
Well, my thing
you don't
is,
want George to be
if
no
that's
goddamn mentor.
my thing is if
George, you
that's the
hell,
game,
man.
I just speak the truth. That ain't
my
nothing
Yeah,
to
that's
thing
do.
is
real.
if that's the game, then why y'all so shocked and surprised? I'm so confused. Then, if that's the game to pay
Because
for it, get it
what
on out the way and get it done. When a bitch say, "Hey, my light bill such and such and such," the only ones that are tripping are the ones that cannot pay for it, the ones that do not have it, the ones that's light bill is also close to getting cut off, the ones that's also going through the situations, not the OGs that are saying, "Hey, I already know what time it is. The money on the dresser is done. We good. Like, see you next time next week." If it's that, then why women with their hands out is such an offense and a shocker.
I
because
guess.
because
See,
like I
Armstrong
said,
was OG. The guy who turned me on to that, he was OG. So he used to paying for it. When you ain't never
Men are
paid
what are
for
you
it,
men that we talking about? We're going back to the nigga at the gas station you made in the first example. If you're flashing it, what are you? You're
mhm,
trying to pay for it. It's advertisement. That's what that
Yeah,
money
that's
is.
mhm.
marketing. That's marketing.
I know that's
Right,
right.
right.
Hello,
Now you have different
yes.
guys, like you say,
right.
the ones who flashing. A lot of times, the ones who flashing ain't really trying to cash in either, y'all.
That's
I
they
hope y'all
light
do
bill
That's
know
what
that.
money.
AJ said.
That,
That's what AJ
Right.
that's they
said.
So
light bill
just because they
money.
flashing don't mean they gonna cash in. So it just depends on what type of guy you dealing with. Now the OGs, the ones who feel like they have to pay for it, I think he was like 60 something, 65 or something like that.
Mhm.
And he was paying the 23, 22-year olds. So that's
Right.
fair exchange, no robbery.
They
He wanted
ain't
a
got nothing else
young
in
woman.
common, and he don't want to deal with her, and she don't want
Yeah,
And
I
to
he
was
deal
had
gonna
a
say
with
the
wife at
hell
the
him.
he
crib. He had a
surely done
whole wife
passed
at the
and gone
crib.
or at the house. But my thing is back to old girl with her last video. Another point that kind of crossed my mind that I was thinking about. If we're talking about the guy that's at the restaurant spending $500-600 something dollars, and like she said, you're leading with your money. Like AJ said, that's marketing, advertising your money. When she asks you for it and now you are offended, that means you did not have it in the first place to
A
give
lot of
it.
times.
You done broke
Yeah.
Exactly.
yourself at
Exactly.
that. You done broke
And
yourself
and,
at
and,
that
and that's
restaurant
in any
because not
relationship, you
tricking if you
guys.
got it
Yeah,
is a real thing. Not tricking if you
Women,
got it is some people try to joke on that. That's a real thing. It's some people that's really got motion out here. It's some that really have it to give it. It's the ones that
well,
do
it's
not
like
have
this
it
is
to give it that's flashing it
being
and flexing it that gets
being
offended when it's
that
asked for.
being that I've been on both sides of the fence. I always had it, but I just never was quick to give it. And so that it ain't tricking if you got it. I'm not finna have a woman just with me because I got money. Or I gotta buy
You
her
said you've
for
been
her
on both
to
sides of the
give to me.
fence, so you did have tricking days. You
No,
were
both sides of
flexing
the
once
fence,
upon a time.
meaning I've had money and didn't have to trick. I never tricked. And if you listen to what I was saying, I said I never gave her money. I said if she had to ask me for money, that was a turnoff to me. That's a turnoff. I'd rather see you need it and give it to you. And I think I
Why
said
do
that
you
on an
need to
earlier
see I
podcast.
need it and you my man? Why do you need to
No,
see
no,
that I
no,
need?
no, no,
See,
no, no, no.
that's a pride thing. That's also a pride thing to me.
To an
You
extent,
need to
yes.
see
Not your man. We're
me
just seeing each
struggling.
other. We're seeing
You need
each
to
other.
see
We
me
not.
struggling. You need
Oh
to see
yeah.
the lights off and
Yeah,
the
we're not
cameras
6 months
burning.
in. We're like getting to know each other
Oh,
like
he said
3 weeks,
yeah.
maybe a month and a half. And if I see that you need help on a light bill or a phone bill or something like that, or you mention it, I hear you on the phone, and I'm cool with you like that. I got no problem giving
So
you
she
some
can't
of it. I'm not
ask
going to give
you.
it all.
She
It
can't
depends.
ask you.
How
If
long?
you ask,
Where you at in a
To D Black, so
relationship?
I'm talking about D Black George, no
Oh,
shade.
okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He was saying if you ask me it's a turn off, but if I see you need it, I'ma
Mhm.
give it to you.
Right.
Now
Right.
you need to
I'd
hear me
rather I'd
telling
rather
you need
give
to
it to
hear me
you.
telling somebody on the phone my phone finna get cut off, opposed to me telling my man my phone is finna get cut off.
We're just seeing each other. You're not my woman yet. We're getting to know each other.
Right.
We're
Are we having
3 weeks.
sex?
We're 3 weeks to a month and a
Probably
half into
so, more than
meeting
likely,
each other.
AJ. They definitely probably having sex.
And that's about
Oh,
that ain't
not to stutter.
right. That don't mean that you have to give up money because you're having sex. Not
Yeah,
men
that's
like
true.
me.
Yeah,
Not
I don't.
men
I don't
like
do
me.
that either. I'm not operating off that either. I'm not doing that.
Because I feel
Shit.
like you should be paying me. I'm the one. You know what I'm saying?
And see, here's my thing. When
Yikes!
people, when women
Yikes!
say, when women say, "Oh, are we having sex?" Here's the thing. I'm giving your ass my body too. So hey,
And I know what I'm doing.
right.
You
I mean, it's
know.
not even matter that, but it's just like people, like women will throw that sex
So
thing up. You don't understand. Just like your body is a
yeah,
virtue for you, a man's body is virtue for him. At least it should
No, it's
be.
thank you.
not.
So,
No, it's not, baby. No,
well,
it's not.
mine is.
Yes, it
I ain't.
is. A lot of women
Y'all be
ain't
Mine
getting
is.
giving
orgasms. We're
that
not finna
body
go
on
down
out.
there.
Y'all be giving
I
that
don't
body
do
on
that.
out.
I don't
A
do
Not
lot
you,
of
that.
George.
women.
I'm not.
Oh,
We
okay.
know, George, you one of the disciples. We ain't talking about you, George. You the one
Oh,
in a
okay.
million. We ain't talking about you. We talking about D Black. We talking
Right,
about
Right.
D
but
Black
see,
up there in that corner,
Okay.
whoremonger and selling himself to them women and traveling all around the world, DJ and sleep with all them women in them clubs. We know about
Hey,
it.
But,
We heard
but
about
they
it.
hey.
believe him. He
It's
a hoe. He a hoe. He a
you
prostitute.
you gotta
Exactly.
if a man don't know what he doing, a woman not getting satisfied. And there's a whole lot of women out here that's not getting satisfied.
Sounds like a man
They're
full of
not getting orgasms.
experience. Full of
They're not
experience.
getting it.
Full
So
of
when they meet
sound like a
somebody
Jezebel up there.
who know what they doing and everything, I feel like
They should
that's
be
more
paying
valuable.
you. They should be paying you.
You owe me, Ruth Chris.
Mm.
You know what I'm
See,
saying? I'm just
that's your
saying.
man problem. That's your man problem.
Mm.
No, but I'm just saying. So yeah, I like to
Mm.
offer and surprise and give women gifts. I do just because. So I can know you need something,
Yeah,
and then
don't ask me for shit.
you'll go use
Don't
the
be mean
restroom.
nothing.
You'll go in the
And
kitchen, you'll
ask
go
me.
use the restroom, and I have an envelope of money sitting there, and you wouldn't even know it's there. I'll be gone, everything, then you'll be clean. I'll put it somewhere where I know you have to look, then you'll see the money sitting there. I don't want nobody to say, hey, I need $250 for my light bill. Okay, and
Ew,
Why I gotta be with
that was
attitude?
so cringe. She can't tell you she need $250 for a light bill. You got
Why?
a
$250
lot of
hell
a
to
lot
give a
of
no.
bitch
a,
for a light.
Babe,
You
look,
got
I ain't
No.
got it.
$250 to give a
I
bitch for
just
a light bill.
And she can see 23,000 or whatever in the bank account. But it's like, I'd rather give it to you. Especially when we just
just
meet.
don't.
I
I
don't agree
get.
with
Just
that.
don't
That's
ask me
just
for
so
shit.
cringe.
Don't ask me for
Just
and
nothing.
don't
this,
ask
but
me
Thank
for
you.
shit.
That's
but
Don't
the,
ask me for shit.
cringe.
it all
Ew.
depends on how is she asking you to. If she asks you
Right.
in a way,
That
According to
too.
D Black, is with an
that's
attitude and
George,
a
the
twisted
lights is
neck.
finna get
I
cut
don't
off.
like them
I need the
asking at all.
$250. The lights finna get cut off. I need the $250. That's the only way I can bring it to you. I can't
250,
put no
I give
sugar
you
on it.
100.
I can't put on the cake.
If
Oh,
we
what she
just
supposed to do
met,
with the other 150 word from where?
whoever else she was talking to before I met
Oh,
her,
right.
okay.
And see, that's the
But
Yep.
thing.
you
Y'all
don't
need a
want
bitch.
her
Y'all need a
talking to
bitch to
nobody but you.
grovel and big and be weird. Me coming in was
whoever
already
she was talking
prideful
to,
enough.
I tell you this,
That's not gonna
because
have to
last time,
happen.
we
let me
not
tell y'all this.
connected yet.
That's
Y'all
not
Did
know
gonna
I'm
have to
saying when
happen.
I'm talking 3 weeks to a month and a half in our communication. That is
But
too
see, y'all
soon
be
for you
want
to
to
be
make it
asking me
so
for
coincidental.
anything.
Y'all been making
That's
it
too
so
soon.
coincidental. We talk about a woman that you fooling with that's fooling with you.
How long we been
Now
fooling? How
if
invested
we're
are we?
together, if we
If we
said,
together, that's one thing. But if we just
yeah, that's
talking and just
different.
hanging,
Okay,
hell
so
no.
when are y'all together with a person? Three
When we
weeks. I
say
feel like we done
I get
realized.
together. No shit. Now we get together when she asks me, "What are we doing?
Oh
right,
wow,
that
You
no.
say. What
What are
you
we doing?"
say? Oh my God.
this
Oh
is
my
getting
God.
more cringy and more cringier.
When she
Girl,
say, "What are we
She
I'm
gotta
finna
doing?"
mute my
ask you to
phone. I'm
court.
finna
She
mute
gotta
my
ask you to
phone.
court her. I
It's not
thought
a
y'all was
matter.
old school men. What? Wait a
But
minute.
but
This
men
don't
don't
even
want to
sound like
court.
y'all type of time period.
Nah, it's just that men don't want to court anymore. We don't want to do
It's
that. That's a
like
losing
you have to
proposition
make
for
sure
us.
that woman
A
in
woman gotta
today's
ask you
It's
time,
what
worth
we
it.
you
are.
have to
I
make
think
So
sure
we need
that
to
men don't
know
woman
want to
wants.
things.
court no more. What do men want to do if they don't want to court no
We
more?
want to
You
worry
got to
about
make
our
Exactly.
sure.
damn
No,
self.
no, no. It ain't that you don't want to court. You got to make sure that the person you're courting
It's
wants to
worth it.
court you.
And not
You
just
know what
that,
I'm
but
saying?
see,
Let
a
me tell
lot of
y'all.
times.
Hold on. Let me break this
Okay.
down for
But
my ladies.
women are very much emotional creatures. Y'all can definitely tell in the midst of a relationship when talking to a woman, this woman really likes me. This woman is getting emotionally attached to me. It's
Mm.
men that you have to check the temperature for. Women, you very much so
Exactly.
can see, oh Lord, she see me rubbing shoulder with the waitress. She checking me, she get jealous, she's starting to like me. You can tell from a woman's
You can
perspective.
tell,
You
but the
can
deal is
very
this
much so
here.
tell. Why would a woman have to tell you what we are? Women already be
What we
believing we in a
doing? What is
relationship.
this thing here
Not
we
A lot
doing?
of
not
times,
all the
We
time.
Women
fucking
be
nah,
already
and
a
we
lot
believing
of
we
doing
in a
times y'all
everything.
don't
relationship.
We doing
be.
everything
Y'all don't know
but
what
getting
y'all don't.
married. But
Thank
I gotta ask you
you.
what we doing.
I'm
Fuck
Thank
out of
finna
here.
you.
I'm finna tell
You
women
going over that
something.
woman
Fuck
house
out of
on
here.
Sundays. Y'all been
I'm
dating for
finna
over a
hold on.
month. You know, on Sundays, I'm gonna get a home cooked meal. We having sex. We doing
Fuck out
everything
of
on it.
here.
I'm tell you
Yeah.
something. I'm gonna tell you something.
She
I'm gonna tell
washing
y'all.
your clothes and your drawers. What we
Anthony,
doing?
Man, listen.
What we
Let me tell
doing?
y'all something. Let me tell
I
y'all the
gotta ask you
truth.
what we doing.
Hold
Get a
on.
rolling
Hold
pin,
on.
busting
Hold
niggas
on.
upside the head.
Let me tell y'all the truth out here. A lot of times, you women with a dude, right? Y'all doing all this stuff Sunday dinners. But if you
I
think
ain't
a
gonna
lot
do
of
all
times
that
y'all the
though.
only one, you
Fuck
not.
that.
So that's why there a lot of that happens. A lot of times men have rosters, just like women have
But no, no,
rosters.
no. Okay, so exactly, George. That's what I'm saying, though.
Right.
Like, I understand that men have a roster. So why would I think I need to ask you what we doing? If I'm doing all of this, I'm thinking we are in building or in a relationship or we are dating, whatever the case may be. Me asking you what we are doing to signify the relationship is me
Just a little.
asking you to be my boyfriend when I'm already doing stuff that a girlfriend is. I'm already in the girlfriend position. I'm already doing the
Right.
girlfriend shit. I'm
Right.
thinking we are in this step going towards this route. I don't know that you have a roster and you don't even see me in that way.
Mhm.
Right. That's
I
the
don't even
thing. See,
think
a lot
that.
of that's the thing. A lot of times,
Right.
a lot of
The
women don't
key is
understand that dude ain't seeing you that
the
way. I'm just gonna
the
be
key
honest.
thing she's saying is
But
thinking.
But
So
he'll
you are
you're
saying
also
thinking
you are
let
it's
me
singing
do
sweet.
all
You
these
are sing.
things for him
Thank
and
you.
leave me on knowing he don't. He ain't that into me.
Exactly. That's what's going
Exactly
on.
what?
I'm
But
saying a lot of
why?
times, like I see y'all's feelings about when y'all say I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But dude ain't seeing you that way, and a dude is not gonna tell you that.
But my point is, George, what I'm saying is going back to what D Black said, because he done got that pot stirred by saying that. He said you only way we truly dating is when you ask me, what are we? And
Ah,
in a woman's eyes, I'm doing this, that, and the third. I'm doing my part as a loving woman and as a girlfriend to you in a relationship type of form. My
right.
lights are about to get cut off. And because we have not solidified that you are my boyfriend or my man, my whatever, I'm me asking you is out of line.
it's
But
nothing that's
everything
out
else
of
I've
line.
been doing,
Right.
washing your drawers, cooking you Sunday dinners, fucking you, sucking you, we going all the way with the grown folks shit.
Uh-huh.
We're going with
Mhm.
the grown folks shit, and then grown folks worlds of these bills. And I'm not saying also we're talking, let's just talk logically. We're not talking about the tricks and the hoes at this point. We're talking about relationship wise.
Right.
I am a
Right.
woman that is definitely responsible for my shit, but some shit didn't happen in life. And guess
Mhm.
who I got to fall back on a little bit? I ain't finna ask my dad. I'm not finna ask my mom. I'm finna ask the man I'm
Cause I ain't
sleeping
fucking
with.
them.
I'm finna ask the man I'm sleeping
Okay.
with. Some shit just done happened. Some shit that caught up. Now I ain't talking about a bitch who lights off every month. I'm talking about some
Right.
shit just done got caught up on me. The
Yeah.
hell, some shit I done went in between jobs, or I thought I done got a promote, whatever. I done did something. I
Whatever.
got sick,
That
whatever it is.
right.
I
I'm now
spent
finna
all
go
my
to
money on bills and I'm broke.
yeah,
It
and
just
I'm now
depends on
finna
the
ask the man that I'm
right.
sleeping with and doing stuff for,
Okay.
who I'm also equally in a relationship with, because if the shoe on the other foot, that woman's got your back. We ain't talking about no
Sometimes.
trifling hoes. I think that's
Right.
where y'all
Okay, you talking
always
about real
taking it.
Okay.
that's what
Now
it is. You right.
hold up, AJ. Hold up, George. Okay, Anthony. To answer your question, The ones who can't ask me for nothing are the ones that we just met. We've been 3 weeks in a relationship to a month and a half. I mean, 3 weeks in communicating to a month and a half.
Right.
I don't really know what you got going on. What other 3 or 4 guys you seeing? You don't really. We ain't crossed that bridge. We just know we're communicating, and we're a month and a half. 6 weeks to 3 weeks into whatever we trying to do, whatever we doing. I don't think I'm not gonna pay nobody's bills, and we just been talking a month and a half. I'm not.
No.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Now,
And
That's out.
I think that's kind of
Now,
cringe to
now,
ask anyway,
now, on the contrary, if
circumstantially.
we are dating, and
And
we
when
are
y'all
like you say,
consider
we'll
dating?
use past the 6 months,
where we
past
not
the 6
seeing
months,
right.
6
and
months y'all just now dating? When do we start dating? Because we got 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4
I
months,
ain't
5
doing the
months.
1 or 2 months.
This is my
I don't
boundary.
consider us in a serious where I feel like I need to do something to you until at least 6 months.
Yeah, and here's the other caveat: if we both seeing each other exclusively, then I'm gonna do that. Because the way I'm
When it's
gonna do things,
exclusive, yeah.
yeah. And here's how I'm gonna do things. When I've been in relationships, I don't have to wait for her to ask because I'm gonna listen. And or if she say her bill due, I'm be like, well, how much is it if I can do it? But if I don't offer, you can
That means you.
ask. But see, usually the way I do it, you can ask, but it depends on the situation. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
really does. It
And
just
so
depends.
yeah.
Well, when
So
we
if
hit,
we
let's say
been
we didn't hit
if
that
we're
6 month mark.
exclusive,
Don't let me ask you, and you let me down.
3 to
But
3, I'm
just
gonna say a
saying, but
little
what
over
if the
three
man
and a
what
half
if
if
the
we
man
spending
got the list?
consistent
What if he
time.
ain't got it? What if he ain't got it? See, that's what the problem comes in.
Then she gonna
When the
go get
man
it from
ain't
the
got,
last nigga she
yeah,
was
she gonna
with.
get it from the next dude, and she gonna stop calling you.
No,
That's
she
what's
still
gonna
gonna call
happen.
you.
Oh
He
yeah,
just the one. Okay, a lot of women have guys that they use for certain things.
Because
right.
at the same time, if we
They
hold out the booty, you gonna get the
they
booty
have
from
what they
somebody
call
else.
That's
If a
not
woman
true.
hold
the
if
dick
the woman
main.
hold
They
out
got
the
a
booty,
dick
y'all gonna get
main.
it from somebody else. I don't know why y'all act like y'all go both ways. If a woman hold
Hey,
out something on you, you gonna get it somewhere else. Whether that's cooking, home cooked meals, ass, laundry, whatever it is. If you ain't doing it no more, somebody else gonna do it for her.
But I tell you this,
I
I'd have
always
been
did my
I
own laundry and I always
I'm
cooked for
just using
myself. I didn't need a woman for nothing.
examples.
right,
Yeah, I don't need. You know, I'm good. I'm straight.
right.
But yeah, if we're exclusive and a woman and peep this, George, when you with you out there dating, when you
I ain't
start
dating
dating,
right now, but I've been
when
out
you
there.
start
Go ahead.
dating,
Uh huh.
you need to find a woman that wants you. You don't do the chasing.
Right.
If you do the chasing, that means who she really wanted, she couldn't get. So you're gonna
Well,
be, oh, I might as well go and get George since he called me all the time. I
I
might as
be
well
George, you
about
ain't
go
this.
no
holler at
chaser. Don't
George. He
let this
pay
man
my
lead you
bills.
astray.
He take me
When
out
I
to
was
eat.
sick, this something that my dad told me when I was 16. I remember we was on Union Avenue in Memphis. I was 16 years old. Me and my dad ride. He said, "Son, don't ever chase pussy. Let pussy chase you."
That's it. That's it. Because you go chasing that woman, the fact that you have to chase, you ain't got to chase behind something that wants you.
See,
If
a man
anything, you'll
shouldn't
be trying to
chase.
run
A
away
man,
from.
I
It.
see.
So,
A real man don't have to chase. A real man attracts. I'd rather attract than chase. If I got to chase you,
right.
I ain't finna do
That
that.
ain't for
I'd
you.
rather attract you to me.
These last few relationships you've been in, George, I'm only asking because we've discussed them on this podcast. You were being chased, or was you doing the chasing like your daddy told you?
It was more. It was more so. Nah, I wasn't doing no chasing. I was just being me, and they was attracted to me. But then when I figured out this person wasn't compatible with me, then I kind of let it go. But I don't really do the chasing. I just be myself, and people just, you know what I'm saying. I'd rather do it that way than because I've done the whole chasing thing, and it's just exhausting, and it's never worth it. So the way I
I
operate
never did
now,
no chasing.
yeah. But
I
the
don't
way I
like to
do it,
run.
but the way I do it now,
I,
I just put. I'm
I
just put.
don't want to have to ask you out. You gonna have, if we gonna go out, you gonna have to ask me. I ain't finna ask you.
What I
Going
And
mean,
it
out
ain't
shit,
is
I
got
don't
one
nothing to
ask.
do
thing.
with
I
who.
mean,
It ain't even got nothing to do with who gonna pay. Cause I pay, and this our first date. I ain't even expect you to pay for me. I pay for me, you pay for you. But I still ain't finna ask you. And you gonna have to. It's gonna be a certain come with
Now,
the
if we
nigga that
going
have to come
out,
show
I don't
me.
believe a woman should pay to go out. That's lame. That's
Okay,
lame
I
as
mean
fuck
on
for
the
a man
first
to
date
ask a
I
woman.
do. On the first date I do.
You do what?
On the first date she should.
On
But
all the
that's
Cause
dates,
nigga
really.
ain't.
but that's becoming a thing now, and I find that to be hella weird. Men going
Yeah,
on
that's weak.
dates and men going on dates and not believing that women should be paying the dates, and believing that women should take care of the date. Oh, I left my wallet at home, ass nigga. It just be like, what is that
Yeah,
going
but
to
y'all
prove?
started accepting that 50-50 shit. That's why.
Yep. Y'all want to be equal, be equal. Look, just like that clip earlier. She squared up. She got what's up. I mean, it is what it is. Can't have both ways.
I'm on the flow.
I'm sorry. I mean, I'm just being real. I'm using logic. I'm not using my emotions. My emotions say, oh, we should do this and we should do that and we should chase. My logic say, hell no.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see. I never advise a man to chase because that means she don't really want you, and and
Yeah.
she's settling for you, bro.
I ain't
And she
doing no
gonna mess
chase.
over you too.
I ain't doing it.
That's 8 times out of
So
10. That's where
so the
that's gonna
women should
lead.
chase y'all.
It's not a matter of chasing
Wow.
anybody.
It
I don't
ain't.
How
chase
It's
does
not
that
nobody.
chasing.
work?
Women
No.
chase.
Explain how
Nobody
it
should
works.
really chase nobody. Nobody should chase nobody.
That's out.
But
But the interest, who
Okay,
should
let's
say they
clear it on up
interested?
then.
Now you can meet
you
somebody
both
without
should.
doing that chasing shit or some bullshit. Fuck that chasing. You got to meet with somebody and attract the right person and get with them and have conversations. Fuck all this dating. Go to the park and talk for 3 hours. Do that. If I got to spend money to fuck with you and get to know you, you ain't worth my time.
That's true.
You know what I've
That's
noticed?
true too.
Women do
Because I
not want
believe in
providers for real. They want immature men with money. They want men who base their status off of how much money they have in their wallets. They want men who lead with their wallets. They do not want a man to genuinely be a provider in their lives. Because let's think about it. When we go onto social media now, we talk to any of the young girls now, what they talking about? He got to have some money. He got to have some bread. He got to pay for this. He got to do my nails. He got to do my hair. I'm not going on the first date unless he dropped $200, $300, $400, $5 million on me. There's nothing said about character. There's nothing said about integrity. There's nothing said about ambition. There's nothing said about goals. It's just how much money does he have? And the men who lead with their wallets are typically the men who have nothing going for themselves because they reel you in financially. They know that that is the most attractive thing about them. And because they know that's what they can offer, and you guys have made it abundantly clear that that's the only thing that you're looking for, they're winning. They're going to always come out on top. And then when you're in that relationship, because a lot of y'all are lover girls at heart, like let's call it what it is. You want to listen to the Shira Sevens and all of this, and you want to be a gold digger and a sugar baby, and you only with a man for money, but that's not really who you are. You want the relationship. You want the love. You want the commitment, right? You want the reassurance. You want the emotional connection. But see, when you don't get that, you're mad. Men are this and men are that. No, baby. You wanted the nigga with some money. Right? You don't feel safe with them. You don't feel secure with them. You don't feel like you can actually build a future with them.
Before you hit play, I want to
Men with
piggyback
money
on what
are
George
very
said.
controlling.
Very much so controlling. We gonna get. I want to tackle that, but I want to just say, George was like, let's no shade to George. Let's
What did
not go on
George
a date.
say?
Let's not go on a date. Let's sit at the park for 3 hours and just talk. I promise you, if we sat at the park and we talk for 3 to 4 hours, the next month you're gonna be paying my light bill. I need to know when we go on a date, because finesse the word conversation rules the nation. When going on a date, I can analyze certain things about you, opposed to me and you sitting in the park and you running me down with your lies and your bullshit and your game. I want to know how you treat a waiter.
Oh
How do you
wow.
come to the date? How you looking on the date? How are
Oh
you?
How
wow.
you treat
What's your?
how you treat the waiter to
How do
be
you
Oh
treat
honest.
your
wow.
waiter? How do you treat your
Yeah.
at a
The
park? You
So
sit
he
there.
server.
can't walk to the park and feed the ducks. Oh
No,
wow.
we definitely can do that. I love that, but do not feel like because we did that. I know George was making it seem like doing that is going to tell you all you need to know about a
No, it's
person.
not. It's not. It's not. It's not gonna tell you all you need to know. But I'm okay. This is just me. I want to get into
If our
talking to
first
you,
date is a
looking at you.
picnic, romance. That's thoughtful. If our first date is a picnic, I'm not saying you have to spend money.
Uh-huh.
But do not think you're going to be able to say, because at the park, I'm going to get hungry, my nigga. Let's not do that.
I mean, I ain't saying we ain't
Feed them,
gonna eat,
But
but
I
you
I'm
going
mean,
to feed them ducks. You ain't going to feed me.
stop on your way there. Stop by McDonald's, get a little Happy
yeah, get
Meal,
you
No,
get
we
you
ain't
some
gonna do
a
sandwiches
that.
and
We
number
go get
not
some
gonna
one,
play.
fucking
Now
eat.
don't play.
a number
Now don't
one,
play in my face. Don't play in my face. You get Happy Meals for your little sister, your cousin, your granny, and
I mean,
all.
I
get
mean,
a number
You
Andrew,
could
one,
get
get a number
you
one,
could
I'm
give
maybe
being
me
real.
get a goddamn Big Mac and some
you
fries.
could give me the number one at Popeyes. That whole cost about $10. Popeyes
Woo!
is high as
No,
hell.
we ain't
That's
getting no
go.
number one at Popeye.
Oh, you
Go
ain't give me
take
no
her
Happy
to
Meal either.
take her to Burger King
But he gonna
and
get
I
you
don't
get her
eat
that
some.
Burger
Whopper
King.
special. 2
No,
for
I don't
one.
want no
Get you
Whopper
some.
special. I want no Whopper
Okay.
special. If you
Hey,
gonna give
food
me
is
fast
food.
food, if you gonna give me fast food, you need to give me a Chipotle double steak with
You
the
I'm,
just need to
works.
cook for
all
me.
right,
You
I'm
can
out of
You
make
here,
need
some
y'all.
sandwiches or something,
you need
something
to
like
give
Yeah,
me the
bring us
Chipotle
sandwich.
double
Now,
steak.
you know what? My first date, we went to the damn zoo, and I wasn't even expecting to go to the
That
zoo.
is sweet. The zoo is
I'm not a zoo
sweet.
person. We went to the zoo. I didn't know
The
where I
zoo
was
is
going.
cool.
She said, hey, let's what you getting ready to do? I was like, I ain't got nothing to do for another, 3, 4 hours. She said, let's go to the zoo. And me being who I am, that was the most corniest shit I ever heard. But I wasn't doing nothing. I hadn't been to the zoo in 100 years. So I said, all right, yeah, we can go to the zoo. And I ended up enjoying it. We did the little boat ride, little train ride, and all that stuff. I was like, okay, this is cool. And this was like the second day after we seen each other. So our first or second day after, we seen each other. So I was like,
The zoo is actually a really nice date. The zoo, aquarium, arcades,
I didn't think
stuff
that
like.
because I was hooked on restaurant, dinner, and a movie. That was my date.
Yeah,
You
no,
know.
I don't have to go to no expensive restaurant. I don't have to go nowhere, nothing like
No, I
that.
was
I feel
Chili's,
like
and then we go and catch a movie. Get
I
the
like
get the
Chili,
shoe
popcorn and
see,
stuff from the
and
dollar
that's
store.
such a
Get the candy
strategically
from the
cheap
dollar
ass
store.
date. That's a strategically cheap date.
Yeah,
It's forcibly cheap. There's no thought into it.
yeah.
Chili's and then the movie. There's no thought
Chili's in
into
the
that.
movies. That's right. That's it. That's a nice cheap date because you don't want to go out. Because what I learned too
But
growing
you
up,
didn't even. But see, you thought the zoo was cheesy, but the zoo was
yeah,
actually really cute and really
it was
nice.
nice. But my initial thought of it was cheesy and corny as fuck. But I ended up enjoying myself. But that's something I didn't do. So she took me out of my element. So I was always taught whatever you do, you got to keep doing it. So if you jump up
Let me ask you something.
going to
If she
expensive
never have
restaurants,
said,
if you
let's
start
go
going to
somewhere.
expensive restaurants, you got
AJ,
to
answer
keep
you a
that shit up.
question.
If you paying light bills, you got to keep that up. What you were saying?
If she never had said, let's go to the zoo, how long would it took you for you said, let's go somewhere?
Nice and not Chili's.
Probably. I mean, nice is Chili's for a first date. Nice is Applebee's. Nice is Olive Garden.
But see, okay, though we get into it now because I'm like, are you picking these cheap places, these little cheap places on purpose? Because
No, they're
we're
just
not just talking
nice.
about Ruth Chris. We have Olive Garden, we have Cheddar's, we have
Right.
a fun sports bar where we can
Right.
take shots and have nice lemon pepper
But
wings,
I
big
like
jumbo
Chili's
screens.
food. I
Oh,
like Chili's
okay,
food.
okay, that makes sense. I don't.
Yeah, I like their food. Their steak
I like Chili's
is tight.
appetizers.
I like Outback that
Okay,
chicken
yeah,
on
you
the
never
Barbie.
mentioned Outback. Okay,
I
okay,
like
yeah. I
that
was like,
chicken
are
on the
you
Barbie.
Okay,
mentioning these
So,
cheap
Outback, is
places on
Outback too
purpose?
expensive?
Because
but I
Outback
like
is
places like that. But
So
Longhorn
Outback,
Steakhouse.
wait a minute. Is
yeah,
Outback too
she like
expensive?
Longhorn, huh?
Is Outback too expensive?
It's just like
Oh,
Chili's to me.
okay.
Ain't nothing. I mean, on the first dates, you don't want to go out because even the blues songs say, well, whatever you start out, you got to keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? So I never was one who jumped out there being wild earth. Hey, let's go to the most suspicious restaurant, trying to impress nobody. That wasn't me. Our
But
first
no
meal.
shade, I do feel like women, in a sense, know certain things about certain men, and there's certain women that have lived in a certain limelight lifestyle and all that. I don't think
Mhm.
she's going. No, I'm not. I'm using this example. I'm not shading you whatsoever. I promise. I
Oh,
don't
I know
think.
that.
I don't think a woman that's gone to high end restaurants multiple times in her life is looking for the man that goes to Chili's to take her to a high end restaurant. I don't think the
I
Billy.
have to
I don't
I
think
have
the
to
bitch.
disagree.
I don't think the bitch that's never been to a high end restaurant is going to high end restaurants. Look, I mean, that's going to Chili's. Look at. I mean, that's going to Chili's and going to turn her nose up at it. It's definitely
Then
a what Drake say. She used to soda and nuggets. She really just out here thugging. It's if you really putting it's you putting certain things out there for a particular woman to feel like, oh, this is what your vibe is. I don't think a woman that has never been to Ruth Chris is going to the Chili's guy and say, hey, take me to Ruth Chris. When she's used to Chili's and Cheddars and she's used to Applebee's, she's used to this certain stuff. A woman that's used to high-end stuff and you're flexing. Oh,
Right.
okay, you're talking my language. You're flexing and you're showing off money. You're talking my language. You're taking me to the
Right.
place that I've already been to before. So you should know
That I
what
take
Yellowtail.
myself.
Yes, that I would
Right.
take
Right.
myself. That where me and my girlfriends go for brunch. You should know what Yellowtail is. You should know what a filet mignon, what the temperature should be like. Okay, you should know what this type of outfit is in this restaurant. You should know the cut. Okay, cool. You flexing that type of money. You should have that type of sense. She don't know that
Right.
you're ignorant. She don't know that you're broke. She don't know that you've never been outside of a Chili's or an Applebee's.
Right. Right. I get what you're saying, but on the same note, a lot of
Some
those
men,
women are shallow,
a
and
lot of men are chameleons though, girl. They can chameleon. They can act like they're high
Okay.
end nigga
thank
when
you,
they a McDonald's
thank,
nigga.
thank you, AJ. That's what I'm saying. So
Do some research. Okay.
with my women,
Anything
with
for
the
the
women I
poisson.
date, we go where we want to go. But mine just happened to like certain pastas at the Longhorn or the rolls at Longhorn.
Yeah,
She liked the stuffed chicken at Ruth Chris. So it's whatever we feel like going.
right.
So
I like that.
it's not
Yeah,
a we can't step out and do this, do that, do that. It's just that mine,
but
we do what
I
we
like
want,
that
we
at
go what
Ruth
we
Chris
want.
because I go there at lunch and I take myself. Not because
Yes.
Right.
That's
I trick
yeah,
niggas
that's
into
And
what I'm
so
talking
taking me.
about.
so for you
Right.
to say
Yeah, yeah.
certain women has a if they didn't been in the most expensive restaurant in the world, they're not going to appreciate going to Chili's. And that's not the type that I would talk to anyway.
No. I
Uh,
mean, for the flexers, we're going back to the because that's what the top
oh,
is about. Like the ones
yeah, because
that's
I don't
flexing and
flex.
tricking. We're talking about the flexers. If I'm used to going to Ruth Chris and you are flipping your money around, and now that
Right.
we done start talking about spending this money you flipping, and you start bringing up Chili's, and she blocks you, you being surprised and astonished and want to call her a hoe, a prostitute, you a
No,
gold digger, you
no.
this that. You should not be shocked. You were flexing Ruth Chris money,
Right. If they was
and
flexing Ruth Chris money and trying to go to Burger King,
you
you
trying to go to Burger
flexing
King.
Ruth Chris money with a Burger King budget. Yeah, I feel you
Yeah.
on that. Yeah, that. But like I say, we just go where we want to go. So if my girl say she want to go to Maggio's or something, Maggio's, we there. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. But I don't jump off showing that. Like I said, our first meal, her sister brought us some burgers outside of McDonald's. And I really don't eat McDonald's, so I think I ended up getting a fish fillet or something like that. But she said, hey, let's ride up here. And so we sitting out in the parking lot, and here come her sister come out there with a bag. I'm thinking the sister just speaking. She said, hey, here y'all go. So we got free food. So it's like, it ain't about how much you spend on a date. It's more about the quality time that you spend together. So I'm not one that's gonna flex that. I'm not gonna do that. I just never had to do that. You know what I'm saying? If anything, and then they always bought me things first. You know,
Do prefer a
Yikes.
more aggressive woman. They
I
want
don't
the woman to
I don't
tell
attract those
them
type of women, I guess.
to tell them, hey, we dating now. We gonna go here because I mean I'm trying to see like so what if you showing me all this money, in my head, men with a lot of money are controlled, right? And
Yeah.
you can tell that like when I was young, you could see that they'll take you out to eat and they ordering for you and you don't even know me, nigga. How you know what I like?
So you would
You
turn
know,
down a man with a lot of money because you don't want to be him controlling you.
now you can't control me and I don't know you, baby. We ain't gonna play them type game.
No, I'm
I'll just let
saying
you.
you getting you attracted to him. He has the money. Y'all been talking 3 and 4 months, and you noticing he don't want you to go places.
And he controlling. Now he's controlling. He's no. And when I say controlling, I mean suppressive. I can't be me around him. I can't be myself. I got to be a certain way when I'm around him.
No. He providing everything. I don't know.
Oh hell no! That
I
don't
mean,
mean
be
that don't.
yourself. Be yourself. I'm saying, but I don't know.
Be
But I get
yourself,
what you're
but
saying.
Yeah,
what?
stick with that, because to say he providing everything, that don't mean I have to shallow anything about myself.
Right.
That don't mean I
Why
have
should
to.
I have to water myself down so you can't take me at 100 proof?
Yeah, but that's the problem. A lot of women that date the men or marry the men for money, that's what they run into, and they're fine because they're cool with the lifestyle. You know,
A lot of women are fine as long as he pay the bills, he can do whatever he want to do
right?
too.
They're cool with the lifestyle. You know, they want the car in the driveway.
But a lot of shit
They can
start
care
off
less
as
if he
Prince
come home.
Charming, then turn into communism.
So women just got to be careful when they're dating men with that's all about money, because they're gonna worship their money more than the woman they're with most of the time.
A lot of times the men that lead with money are lacking confidence or self-worth.
How do they get to that point?
Takes a lot of work. People don't want the workload that comes with that. Like, one of my favorite books is As a Man Thinketh. So I truly believe, like, whatever you put into your mind, you're going to get out. Like, how many men look in the mirror, like the mirror over there, and say, hey, I'm worthy, I'm amazing, I can make all of my dreams come true. That's why that one Kanye clip when he's like, I am a God, I love that clip.
Yeah.
And so that's why I was saying a lot of men that lead with their wallets are insecure. A lot of them, and I always been, confident. So I just never had to do that. But I know
I
several
guess the
that do.
message we want to say is don't be be yourself and try to be comfortable with who you are, because the money ain't gonna make or break you. The money gonna come and go. It's who you are that makes people stay around you. You know, the best thing a man can do for a woman is make her laugh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they say, yeah, make them laugh. You got to feed them and know how to, sex them. Feed them and fuck them. You got to be coming with that, because a woman want to eat now. At the end of the day, a woman gonna want to eat. Y'all gonna eat.
And like Anthony said, you can't be flashing Ruth Chris money talking about we going to McDonald's. You just think that ain't gonna work. Look like D gone. Anthony, you still here?
I was talking. I didn't know I was even on mute. I'm just talking. If you didn't say nothing, I wouldn't even notice. I was just running my mouth. Without what I was saying. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. What happened to D? He done froze?
Yeah.
Good. It's time for
He'll
us to
come
take
back.
over.
Hopefully he'll come back. But what you was saying?
I was saying was like going back to cartoons, Disney Channel, princesses. Men are supposed to be the Prince Charming, the heroes, the savior from the dragons and the
My
bad shit. And
happily ever after.
my happily ever after. So why when I think I ask a man for something, he gonna look me upside my head? Because that's what a lot of men are doing. And it gives such weird energy, because I do understand people work hard for their money, whatever the case may be. But if we are dating and we are talking, I ask for something, you are offended. Like, how dare you ask me for a dime?
Especially in the first couple of weeks of talking, month and a
Did you hear
half.
my
Don't ask
Prince
me for
Charming
nothing.
speech? Why you coming in late? Did you hear my Prince Charming speech?
Yo,
No.
My
yes, I did.
Prince.
Yes, I did. I
So
heard her say
yeah,
that.
when we think of men as women, we ain't talking about the tricks and the hoes, because that is a culture thing today. But it's some men up here that got the bill to fit, that got the money to fit that bill, and that is what it is.
Yeah,
But
I got the
when it
money to
co-
fit the bill, but just
when
because I
it
got it don't mean I got to spend
but what I
it.
was saying was,
Because if we keep spending our money, we ain't gonna have nothing put up. So I believe in saving. You know,
You
but
can't take it all with you, D Black.
hello,
no, you can't take it with you. But what if you live a long time?
Just plan for that.
Thank you.
And, you know,
So yeah, we ain't finna just cause we got it, we ain't finna go just splurge. See the government and shit shut down. What about them government workers? You know,
you ain't waiting
they
for no
weren't
TSA.
expecting that, and now they have to get loans. They have to get their bills pushed back on the government shutdown thing because they wasn't expecting that. But guess what? What if they had 23,000 put up for a rainy day instead of eating
right.
it up at an
I get
expensive
what you're
restaurant?
saying. I get what you're
So
saying. I mean, even our retirement, even our retirement needs to be accounted for. We gotta have life insurance that's gonna also leave our legacy something. I get all of
right.
it.
So
But
so
I'm also saying you can't take it with you.
mm-mm.
Sometimes memories are priceless.
That's it. That's it. But yeah, leading with money, I just feel like that's for mostly weak individuals, a lot of men that lead with the money. And I agree. If they showing that money and they get with a woman who was attracted to them showing money, then
Drain them
goddamn it,
dry.
they need to keep showing up with that money. They need to. If you gonna jump out there with Hercules money, you need to don't come up there with Minnie Mouse ideas. So I do believe in that. But like I say, ladies, if they flashing it 8 times out of 10, they've been flashing it. So don't fall for that shit. Don't fall for it. Do not fall
Yeah.
for a man
It's
showing
like
money.
the
Because if
fake
he's
with the
showing it, that
fake
means he
dollar.
ain't used to getting it.
Man showing a fake dollar coin. It's all
Yeah,
shiny
and I
and
just
it
found
looks
out
like
about that
real
movie
gold.
money recently.
Find out about the what?
Defrost.
Mm-hmm. And also want to talk about my cricket. That Metro PCS is a D Black is really acting up today.
Hey, look, it must be look in Memphis. Every time it does that, all the wind gotta do is blow. Strong.
And that's crazy. So I'm at work. It's a girl on my team. She lives in Memphis. She say the same exact thing. That
Mm.
wind blowing, her internet finna start tripping. Everything finna start tripping in the house.
Hmm. Everything.
And my thing is this whole 3 weeks thing. What's your opinion on that, AJ? 3 weeks. We've been talking, we've been goosing, we've been everything else.
And if
Can
we
I ask you for
right,
some money?
especially if we fuck. And I
Especially,
shouldn't even have to ask you for no money. You
I
should be giving it
should
to me at this
not.
point. That's where I'm at. I'm just saying. I'm
So
just
I'm not,
saying.
so no shade. I was fooling with a guy. We literally had just started fooling around, like talking. And within a week, I had moved from my mama house to my new apartment. Me and him are in the talking stage. And I said, damn, I've never moved into an apartment that didn't have their own microwave. This place don't even have a microwave. 2 days later, he came to visit with a microwave on his shoulder. It ain't something that you just really even have to ask for.
And he got
Right.
so much further.
And that's what you
He
said.
Hello.
That's what I said, Anthony. They don't have to ask. I'd rather pop up and give it to them.
Do y'all see my screen like how you still frozen over there to the left? Can you see that?
yeah.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
okay. Hold on.
screenshot it. Your screen over there still frozen over there to the left, and do you allow